I'm joined by the woman who passes the Daily Telegraph test every day because she helps to set it, Louise Roberts, and Sky News contributor Evelyn Rae, who's beaming in from her country bunker. Well, Evelyn, our lack of investment in the north, I think, leaves us prone, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and I think you paint a devastating picture, Gary, of what life is like for Queenslanders. It's not a Queensland problem, it's a national problem. I mean, you talk about the Bruce Highway, but it's roughly 1,600 k's stretching from Brisbane, as you say, up to Cairns itself. Infrastructure Australia has identified that at least 17 parts and 17 points of this highway need urgent review and urgent work on them. So that's roughly every 100 kilometres you've got a major issue on that highway. And people are sending goods up there not knowing if they're actually going to reach their destination. And you've got all that terrible footage of the flooding in Cairns and people cancelling their holidays. And tourism is absolutely vital to reinvigorate and sustain that region, as you know. So the fact that the Albanese government is sort of either turning a blind eye or don't prioritise it is terrible. It really is. I mean, how would you feel as a Queenslander knowing that your PM maybe hasn't prioritised your welfare and your economic strength up there?
Well, I think all Australians should feel angry. I mean, that's the point, isn't it, Evelyn? That we've got to invest in our north because somebody else might come in and claim it and do the investment we should have done.
I think our politicians need to invest in Australian citizens first and foremost, and I don't think they've been doing that for a really long time. I think that politicians have been plagued by these social justice causes and cults, and I think for a really long time we've abandoned our infrastructure, we've abandoned building up our communities out of fear that we're going to be attacked as anti-environmentalists. I think that's a huge elephant in the room that needs to be addressed. Whenever I think of wilderness, I think of chaos. And we've just allowed Australia to basically go wild. We haven't developed enough, we haven't grown. And for 2023, you would think with all of our education, with all of our advancements in technologies and medicines, you'd think that we'd be progressing, but I think unfortunately we're regressing. And until we start ignoring all of these social justice cults, we're going to just keep failing. And North Queensland has sadly been failed, and it's only going to get worse. And I'd like to ask, when the politicians are going to step up, is it going to be when more lives are lost? Like, when will the rubber band snap, and when will Australians say enough is enough and put politicians back in their place?